They've got a ton of wingers on that team. They need centers. Hall has played center, but Tyler Seguin is a center.
Well, let's find out. Steve Tambellini with the announcement.
Owner Daryl Cates is up there as well for the historic announcement.
Thank you, Gary. It's so great to see hockey and hockey fans so alive and well in Los Angeles. We have people waiting in Edmonton with an incredible anticipation. People filling our arena at Rexall Place. Say hello to them. I'd like to thank our scouting staff for the work and Stu McGregor that he put into this year's draft. It was incredible. So thank you, Stu. With the historic first selection in the National Hockey League Draft 2010, I'm extremely excited to select from the Windsor Spitfires, Taylor Hall.
It was him all along.
All I can tell you is this. He's the best player today on that draft floor. He is the best player. That being said, when you think about it, Edmonton Oilers fans, he's got a little bit of Glenn Anderson. He's got a little bit of Yari Curry. He's got a little bit of Mark Messier. He's not good as any one of those three players, but there's all kinds of characteristics from all three that are in his game. He's got power, he's got speed, he's got finish. He knows how to make it happen at key times. And Bobby, this guy gets winning. He gets it. He does. Back-to-back Memorial Cup MVP. We talked to Bob Boughner, the head coach of the Windsor Spitfires. Bob Boughner, of course, played as a defenseman in the National Hockey League, knows a little something about what it takes to be successful in the league. And he says the quality that sets Taylor Hall apart from everybody else is that he will take the net off the moorings with his teeth to score a goal. He takes the puck harder to the net than any player in this draft.
And he becomes just the 6th player in the history of the draft to win the Memorial Cup and then be drafted first overall in the same year.
Gord, Bob, we had a chance to watch him at the World Junior this year. We watched him at the Memorial Cup the last 2 years, but at the World Junior this year, he was a dominant force. He really was. He wanted to take games over with his skill, his fearlessness, sometimes his recklessness, but this guy gets winning.
He is arguably the most decorated player in the history of major junior hockey, and remember, he's still got eligibility left. As you mentioned, he's a 2-time Memorial Cup MVP, the first player ever to do that. But in addition to that, he's an OHL Rookie of the Year, he's an OHL MVP, a leading scorer, you name it.
He's also, though, the most ready of this draft class to play in the National Hockey League. He will not be back in Windsor. He will not be back in the OHL. He will be on the Edmonton Oilers roster next year. I don't think there's any question about that. He is NHL ready. He's been groomed for this for years. When Bobby Boughner first met him at the Under-17 tournament years ago in Timmins, he had dinner with him. Taylor Hall said, I've got 2 goals this season. I want to be the CHL Rookie of the Year, and I want to lead my team in points. He was the CHL Rookie of the Year, and he led his team in goals, not points.
All right, so a proud moment for his family and a proud moment for the young man. He's standing by with James Duthie.
All right, thank you very much. Fits pretty good, doesn't it?
That's great.
After you said earlier to Ryan Rishaug, you've never been more nervous in your life. After this year of endless hype and speculation, is it exhilaration or relief that it's over?
I don't know. I'm still shaking right now. I'm just so honored to be included in this draft class, and to go #1 is such a credit to everyone involved. I'm just so happy to be here.
I saw you give a wave to the Oilers fans in here after you were selected. There's a ton of them back in Edmonton at Rexall Place going absolutely crazy. Tell them what kind of player they're going to see in Edmonton next year.
A dynamic offensive player. I still have to make the team, obviously. That's my main goal to start, but I feel I can make a difference if I make the team next year and help out the team.
Just as I'm sure Taylor and Tyler were sick of Taylor or Tyler, I'm sure Steve Tambellini's very tired of us asking all season long, will it be Taylor or Tyler? This is perhaps the last time I have to ask the question, why did Taylor get the nod over Tyler in the end?
Both great players, but we felt that Taylor, if you look at his resume of playing on the best team and being the best player, back-to-back Memorial Cup MVPs, prominent in the World Junior Tournament, prominent on his team for his entire junior career. I haven't met a more competitive person than this young man.
You said yesterday you were leaving it to the last moment, but you said it with a wry smile. When did you really know?
We were close the last couple of weeks, but that final meeting, listening to everybody speak, was very obviously excited about Taylor.
Quickly, you've been talking to Pete Chiarelli throughout the day. We know that. Are you still going to try and get that number 2 pick, or are you trying to get into the top 5 with the 2nd pick?
I think Peter's going to make the selection.
Will you try to get into the top 5? There are other options.
I've been trying to get a lot of picks today.
And nowhere?
Well, not yet.
And I guess growing up a Calgary Flames fan, that passion is dead now, isn't it?
Totally. Nothing to worry about now.
Listen, congratulations. Taylor Hall, the first overall pick in the 2010 NHL entry drafts.